Yeah, everyone's back on deck. Obviously got a couple of guys still in Japan playing the off season there, but everyone else is back on deck, and we trained well this morning, which is good.
Are you happy with the fitness level they've displayed so far?
Yeah, last Thursday we did a 1.2, so look, we were happy with their fitness 12 months ago, but I think they're probably a step up again. They've all worked hard over the break, got away and had a good break to refresh, but they've certainly got the work, or done the work that Ben Sapel had asked them to do, and most of them are in pretty good nick.
You've got an expanded leadership group because obviously you've lost your co-captain, Sam Pocock, so you're probably looking for that expanded leadership group at the moment?
Yeah, we're just sort of spreading the net, and look, we've given them defined roles, not just put leaders together and said, you guys go and lead the rest of the team. We've given them specific areas that we want them to focus on and lead the group in, and mainly just drive standards. And then we'll see who steps up out of that. And obviously we've got some senior players and experienced Wallabies to come back in January. So.
And that's when I guess you decide who's going to captain and all that sort of
thing.
Yeah. They come back.
Yeah, correct. I think once, and there'll be no rush there. Once all the Wallabies are back on deck and we're in training for a couple of weeks, I'm sure Steve and the coaching staff will come up with a captain and refine that leadership group again.
A few new faces floating around this year, probably more than we've seen in the last couple.
Yeah, there is. There's, which is good. A couple of old faces that have been here in the past. Obviously, Sayer is back in Canberra, which I think it was nice for him to put some Brumbies kit on again. But 10 new faces, and which always brings fresh energy and enthusiasm. And there's a really good feel at the moment. So they've fitted in well. It's only early days at this point in time, but they've integrated well into the group.
I guess a couple of local guys in there as well, which is also nice to see.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson Hope and Ben Hine in particular have come through the club system and been rewarded with a contract. So Stephen said many times that when the player's up to it, he likes to recruit from our local competition.
You've named obviously the squad. Christian's obviously in there, but you're looking for number 10, the New Zealand guy who I can't pronounce his name.
Wharanui.
Yes. But there are still spots up for grabs during the pre-season for guys who impress?
Yeah, in that position specifically, there is. So Wharanui's come from, his background is he's obviously a New Zealand boy, played for Waikato in the Mitre 10 Cup as well as Southland in recent times. Good young footballer. And then Isaac Thompson, who we're all familiar with from NRC and obviously with the Tuggeranong Vikings. So he's trained really well and performed well in the 1.2k time trial. So those guys, and obviously Nick Juice already under contract, will be battling it out for that final contract spot with Wharanui and Isaac.
Isaac, do you think he can make that step up? He's been around Canberra rugby for a little while now.
Yeah, I think he can. Yeah, he's a smart footballer, identifies space in the backfield well. He's got good speed and is a threat with ball in hand himself, and he's got good skill, and he's a good goal kicker as well, which is going to be important. So, and most importantly, he's really applied himself well over the last 6 weeks and got himself in good condition to be able to complete the program here over the next 5 weeks.
I know when you look at the people who have left, there's a big list of big names that have departed, but also there's probably about in between 20 and 25 blokes who are returning. Does that help with the stability of the squad, even though you lose those big names?
Oh, it certainly does. Yeah, there's still a core group of players. Like I think in previous years we've probably had a high turnover of players. It's just the profile of the player, I suppose, is the difference this year. But I think I've said a number of times, you lose your Pococks and your Tamuas and these guys, but when you replace them with Chris Alcock and Kyle Godwin, who performed well on Saturday night, we're comfortable with those guys that, in terms of the calibre of footballer we're bringing in.
Is it a little uncomfortable starting pre-season with a question mark over number 10?
Well, it's something that's out of our control, isn't it? Really, it's not ideal, and unfortunately, Christian was diagnosed a few months back, and at that point in time, everyone's contracted, and a lot of contracts are in place, both in Australia and overseas. So, ideally, it wasn't the case, but we've got a couple of options there, and we'll go about picking the right one.
Dan, what are you expecting from Sayer? He's obviously brings a lot of experience. He's been here before, a Wallabies, on the fringe of Wallabies, really. What do you expect from him this season?
Oh, I think Sayer's just got to get himself in good condition, and he's shown in the past that he's capable of playing the game at the highest level. So first and foremost, it's just about my expectation is that he works hard and knuckles down and gets himself in really good shape, so that come February he can play his best football, because he's been around a long time, Sayer, but he's reasonably young. And has a number of years left in front of him. So he's got to get himself fit and work hard over the next couple of months, and then put himself in a position to perform.
Because with Benny A, you've got a couple of front rowers there who have been around a long time. Alan's obviously made the switch to tight head as well. How do you see Benny A's role playing out this year as well?
Oh, look, it'll be, it's just competition for spots, isn't it? I mean, obviously we've got guys away with the Wallabies, and that's great. And Alan's made that transition nicely. Benny A's played well over 100 Super Rugby games and 70 odd tests, I think it is. So he'll certainly come into thought in and around selection. So once we get everyone back together, it comes down to training performance, trial performance, and then we pick the best team from there.